Hi, welcome back to the Tin Man Boating Club YouTube channel.
Alright, well, we got to the lake and it was nice and smooth. Been waiting all week to go out there and wakeboard and work on some new stuff, and was pretty excited. We were all pretty excited to wakeboard. Basically, we started to put the bimini up and the wind started to pick up. And the rest of the day was pretty windy, and you'll see some of that in the video. These things happen, you know, all your days at the lake can't be smooth. I actually pick my places because of how often it's smooth. But yeah, at this time of year, you're kind of lucky to be getting in the water just because it's so cold. But I played with some more things on the boat to get it dialed in, and also we did still do some surfing and had some fun doing that. It was really windy, so it made it bumpy and made it pretty cold for once you were wet and up out of the water. Rob bought Presley a new wakeboard, and she's been pretty pumped to wakeboard because she wants to try her new board. But unfortunately, none of us got to wakeboard. It was just too windy. I mean, it was white capping.
Okay, I'm going.
Oh, jeez.
You got to give it up for Presley. That water had to be so cold without a wetsuit. I mean, I'm sure it's in the 50s, like high 50s, but without a wetsuit, that is very, very cold. But anyways, like I said, we did get to do some surfing. Last year, Rob ended up getting the board he had wanted to get for quite some time, which is the Phase 5 Aku. He had heard a lot about how fast it is and how it should be easier to air out. So when he got that board last year, it kind of surpassed my expectations, because I was thinking, to be able to air out, you don't, I don't think it's necessarily the speed of the board. It's just the rider getting to know how to do it. But right when I tried that board out, I actually started airing out a little bit. So you'll see us kind of working on that. We've kind of been working on our AIRS a lot since he got that board. I'm starting to figure it out a little bit, and he's working his way up there too, but it's pretty cool. There's a lot that goes into it. In my experience, it's not something that you're going to get accidentally someday. It's more so that you work your way up to it, time and time again, and you just you improve your technique, and just doing it over and over again. Practice makes perfect. So and that seems to be the result. I'm able to get it a little bit better, just over time getting a little bit better. And but in any case, here's the clips. You can also see we're trying to do some more 360s. So one of the things about that AIRS board is it's a totally surf style board. It has some big fins on it, so it is one of the harder boards to turn a 360 on. I've been doing 360s on my boards over the last few years. I can do it on my Hi-Fi. I can do it on, Rob has a Phase 5 Model X, which I think is a great board. I used to have a Hyperlight Broadcast. I've done 360s on all those. And it's something that on my Hi-Fi, it's actually really easy to get the spin, but it's really hard to stop the spin. So that's why I haven't quite got it yet this year. So that's why it really surprised me when Rob got his first 360 on the AIRS, because I mean I'm still struggling trying to figure that out. So he blew my mind, and so I'm still I'm still giving it tries, and we kind of. He's still doing it to try to perfect his, or try to get his down too. So anyways, since I have a lack of riding video for you this week, I'm going to show you a few things that I've been working on the trampoline. Basically been working on a melon grab 360. One of my favorite tricks is my melon grab 180, frontside 180. And I've been wanting to take that to a 360 for quite some time. And definitely this year is, I think, the time to do that. So I've been working on the trampoline, and the first, I've been waiting for it to have smooth water and kind of get back comfortable with the wake, and I just started getting comfortable back with the wake the last time I took a wakeboard set, and then the wind picked up at that point too. So I'm getting that down on the trampoline anyways, and then basically that's going to get my muscle memory ready for it. So here that is. The other thing I'm working on is I started doing a tantrum a couple years ago, and I want to make that, I'm always looking to make my tricks look a little more stylish, throwing grabs into them and that type of thing. I have several tricks that I want to do that with, but a tantrum is definitely one of those. I feel more urgent to do that with. So I've been working on an indie tantrum. So here that is. So you can see that I'm pretty close to it. I think part of the problem is I can't put my stance as wide on the tramp board. Another thing is that on the trampoline, you actually have to initiate the flip. You have to throw your head back, or your whole body back, I guess. Whereas when you do a tantrum, I mean, if you do it right, you don't even have to throw your body back. I mean, it just trips you. So part of that is when you do an indie grab, supposedly, when I look at the how-tos and look at different guides to do that, they tell you that what you do is just get to the wake, stand up, but don't throw back yet, and then you basically lift your knees up, so you're just standing up, and that gives you the pop, and then it trips you. So you're just standing tall at the wake with your back, your shoulders parallel to the rope and the wake, and then you're not throwing it, but you're lifting your knees and grabbing. Once you have the grab, then you throw your head back and look for your landing. I think that'll actually be easier behind the boat than on the trampoline, because on the trampoline you have to initiate, you have to throw the back flip, and when I do that, the boards, my feet and my board are trying to pull away from me, but you can see I'm close though. And here's another clip of my buddy. He's been working on his 360, and he was trying to grab in there too. All right, so that's mostly all I have for you today. Since I have a lack of riding video to show you today, I do have a piece of information I want to share with you. If you've already seen what you want to see, then don't feel bad if you want to end the video here. But I do have a little bit of motivational information for anybody who's interested in hearing it. I just want to let you know a little more information about myself. I'm 36 years old. I live in Montana. I was born and raised here. I have lived in Seattle, and I've traveled to several places. I think that people probably look at my videos and they probably say, oh, this guy's probably been wakeboarding since he was young. That's why he can do a few tricks or whatnot. But I just want to let you know that there is no limit on when you can start learning how to wakeboard or wake surf, or whether it be water ski or snowboard or anything. There's no limit. And the reason I say that is because if you are one of those people who thought that I grew up wakeboarding and that's how I'm able to do a few tricks, you would be wrong. I actually did not start getting into wakeboarding until I was probably in my mid-20s, and I wasn't able to actually get into it heavy and start learning new tricks until about, I think it was about 6 years ago, maybe 7 years ago. So all the tricks that I know, and pretty much everything I know about wakeboarding, I've pretty much learned in the last 6 or 7 years. So that means that most of my progression with wakeboarding has happened in my 30s. So I just want to be the one to say, do not tell yourself that you can't do something. Life is full of possibilities, as long as you got your head in the right place. I generally, when I'm helping people learn to get up on a surfboard or try jumping wake to wake or try a new trick, one of the things I say a lot is that 50% of the work just comes with getting over the fear, getting over the mental part of it. The part where you say, I can't do that, or that trick is too scary, anything like that. Because the fact of the matter is as long as you can tell your mind that you can do it, it's possible. And that makes many things possible. The other half of it is going to be your persistence. Whenever you start trying something new, you have to look at it from a point of view that there are very few people in the world who try something for the first time and are able to be great at it right away. Very few people. Almost everybody starts in a place where they don't know what they're doing, or they feel like an idiot, or they basically just don't feel like they can do it. Well, as long as you are persistent enough, you should be able to figure out how to do most things in life, and that includes wakeboarding or wake surfing. In fact, I even have another force working against me, but I still persist. That force is that I have had a metal knee since I was 14 years old. I'll leave that for another time to explain all the tricks that I know how to do on a wakeboard and on a surfboard. There's probably maybe 2 or 3 of those where I only gave it a few tries before I got it. And the only reason why I got those ones from within a few tries is because I've worked so much on all the different tricks that I know that those little pieces of information that I know from those tricks play into the other tricks that I got within a few tries. The majority of my tricks took me hundreds of attempts before I actually landed them. In fact, I was working on a trick last year, the front flip, the heel side front flip on my wakeboard. I have already put over 400 attempts into that trick, and I still have not landed it. That is a pretty good example of where it feels like that trick is defeating me. But I'll tell you what, I am definitely not done trying that trick. I will probably give that trick 500 more attempts, if not 1,000 more attempts, before I quit on that trick. In the end, I just want to make sure that the message I'm conveying in my videos is that these sports are fun, and as long as you're willing to put in the effort, you can do the same tricks and more and have the same amount of fun as the Tin Man Boating Club does out on the water. Do me a favor and leave it in the comments below if you liked this section of my video and you'd like to hear more about my metal knee. Alright, so that's it. I just wanted to give you a little bit more in this video because we didn't have much riding in it. Hopefully we'll have more of that stuff in the future. I definitely have all kinds of things planned this summer, so there will be more to come. I want to thank you again for watching my videos. I really do appreciate it.
Make sure to like this video if you enjoyed it. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure to subscribe. subscribe. Make sure to leave comments and ring the bell.